And we're fucking recording, we fucking ready to go. Beating John. Talking Crass.
We really need a jingle.
Yep.
Hello and welcome to Talking Crass. I'm John, and I'm here as always with my co-host, the Beatonius.
You are ready to go.
I'm slightly drunk, basically because I've had to sit through 2.5 hours of Suicide Squad extended cut. So I'll apologise now if you hear any glass tingles.
Clinks, clangs, ice hit the glass.
Right, Beat, we're on a roll at the minute.
Are we?
We're on the ball. This is our second podcast in 2 nights.
Are we revealing that information?
We're revealing it now. It's doing it out there.
Brilliant.
So tonight we're going to review one of your all-time favourite films, Bede.
Yeah, Predator. Oh, wait.
No. Suicide Squad extended cut. Actually, no. This is... You might have enjoyed this more than the normal film because we've only ever seen Suicide Squad, the original. This is the first time we've watched the extended cut. What? I don't know. I thought you might think the extended cut's a better film.
It's alright. The point John's trying to make is this is the first time we've seen the extended version of this film. To be fair, I didn't notice anything different. Did you know anything different that happened?
I think anything that was put into the film was rightly taken out of it.
I mean, fair play.
There was a 10-minute... What was that bit with normal Dr. Harley and Quinzel, or whatever she's called?
Harley Quinn!
What was the crap? We're on a bike?
I don't know.
But anyway, we'll get into that. We haven't even started yet. Right, Beat, we're going to go straight into the top 5, mate. So they're not necessarily top 5 in this podcast.
Yes.
It's going to be top 5 most useless DC characters. I read the wrong bit.
Oh my god!
Right, we're going back. Right.
No edits. Less edits, less time.
I think we're going into it, Ryan. Oh, that's why, because I've got top 5 most useless DC characters. And I've got Slingshot. Is he not called Slingshot? That's what he's called, isn't he? Slipknot. It's Slipknot. I'm calling him Slingshot on here. This is how bad it is, man. I don't even know the characters.
Slingshot.
Oh Christ! Right, forget that. We're doing not necessarily top 5, and we're going with top 5 most miscast characters in film.
Okay.
In ode, I'll start the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Jared Leto is the Joker. Bear with us on this one, Beat.
This is my opinion or yours.
I've seen this film 3 times. I don't know why I've seen it 3 times. I saw it at the cinema once,
Right.
and I liked him, and I wanted to see more of him.
Uh-huh.
I saw again. It was in the background when I was doing something.
On in the background when I
Yeah.
was doing something?
And I kind of liked him as well. Then I've watched him tonight, and I really think you overplays it. I've totally changed my opinion on the third thing. I want to like him. I want to see more of him, and I enjoyed when he was on screen. But I think he totally just tries too hard. What do you think?
I'm still laughing at Slingshot.
Very cool.
What do I think of Jared Leto's Joker?
Would you class him as miscast?
Miscast. Oh, that's a good point. Is he miscast? Or has he been fed the wrong dialogue?
Well, when we get on to the top trivia, you'll probably find out that he's been miscast.
Okay, okay.
True or false trivia, sorry.
In my opinion, see, before I saw the film, I was like, Jared Leto, that is the perfect casting for the Joker.
I would agree.
Off seeing
Do you know who else was in
performances
the?
like
do you know,
Dallas Buyers Club and
do you know
stuff
who
like
else was in the running for it?
Who?
Matt Smith. You know Doctor Who Matt Smith?
Awful.
Was in the running for it.
I mean, might have Heath Ledger did, but what a bad decision.
The main shout who turned them down was Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
That might have been different.
Turn them down.
Still young though, isn't it? When compared to Ben Affleck's Batman,
Yeah.
who would win in a fight?
Well, that's
Ryan Gosling or Ben Affleck, who's lifting fucking dead weights every second of the day? Like, I just don't picture this Joker as being the Joker that Ben Affleck has to fight.
But is he not conniving?
I understand what you're saying about, like, he doesn't have to be young. It's more sort of his intelligence.
We're not going to spoil anything for anyone, but you know what the rumours are of why he's young.
Yes, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is our opinions of people's
Well, it might
theories.
might not be a spoiler, but all roads lead to him being Jason Todd.
I mean, that's a hell of a theory, but I
Like
don't think it's true.
Robin.
I don't think it's true at all.
Okay.
I don't think DC are that smart. I think that's too interesting for DC to grasp.
Right. So anyway, we'll just start the ball rolling with that one.
Yeah.
Beat me second one.
Uh-huh.
This is a film that I started watching, and I reckon I watched 3/4 of it and I turned it off because I thought it was absolute shit.
Is it Nacho Libre?
It's not Natural Libre.
Read some books.
It was War Machine with Brad Pitt in.
You turned it off?
It's the worst I've ever seen Brad Pitt.
Really? It looked alright. It looked pretty funny
I
when
don't
I
know
was
whether
watching
it was
the
meant to
trailer.
be it's meant to be a comedy, I'm sure it is, but
A black comedy.
the guy was like a war hero,
Uh-huh.
and he just makes him look like a fucking buffoon.
One, do you really know the true...
Don't know enough about it. Watch
there we
that.
go.
The guy's a war hero.
You can't
he
make a
solved a lot of shit in Iraq.
You can't make a
Right.
comment? You feel that he's been misportrayed?
Well, I'd say miscast, but he's been in every fucking recent army film known to man. Brad Pitt, hasn't he?
Aye.
Playing that sergeant. Gives you best Brad Pitt as an army officer impression.
He'll be a goddamn D-lad. And I
Um,
won my 100 Nazi scalps.
right, B, I've got my third one. We'll go straight into the third one.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen as Anakin. What do you think?
Great shout. Truly awful. Killed by dialogue produced by George Lucas. Some of the lines he has to say is just ridiculous. But
As an
that
actor,
said,
right? As an actor, I don't know how this works. Can you not read your lines and go, this is shit?
I'm not saying that.
You've got to think about this because it just sounds shit.
Top actors do that, and they'll change the dialogue.
Do you know what I mean?
I think Tarantino.
You just came across as like a brat.
Oh, sorry, Tarantino loves his dialogue. I mean, Tarantino's the fucking boy, so that discard that. The way I see it is, I wouldn't particularly blame Hayden Christensen because he's a bit of a fucking. He's good to look at, I suppose, isn't he?
Is he?
I don't
I
know.
don't know, Pete. Is he?
Ooh, every night.
that long, greasy hair in the third episode.
He's like, what am I looking for? Charisma vacuum.
Right.
That's all he is, you know.
I know.
Bit like Cara Delevingne.
Yeah, Christ, maybe.
But
That's,
what was I going to say?
that's my three. Have you got any?
No. Getting back on topic.
Right.
They should have cast someone who was older. We should have ended Anakin's story when he was closer to being an adult rather than a stroppy teen.
What? Like the first film ended that guy's life pretty much.
I hate sand. Oh my
He
god.
got bullied to bits
Aye,
and
nah.
there's never been an
He's got like mental issues now. What's his name?
I don't know, but he must be worth a bit of money.
Do you reckon?
Probably.
Do you reckon he would have taken the money?
He must have.
What would you
his
ra-
family probably said that give him a cut.
If
every
you asked
time
him,
a film gets sold.
if you asked him now, would you reckon he would drop the money
I think
and all the criticism?
100%. If you asked him now, he would not do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with child actors, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know any better. You've got to rely on your family.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the audition tapes of that?
No.
There's one kid, someone Lloyd.
Right.
That's the kid's name. It's someone Lloyd.
Mhm.
There's a kid who does the audition who's like 20 times better
What, unreal.
than the other guy. Aye.
But does he not look like how you want him to look?
Well, he kind of looks like it.
Unnecessarily top 5.
Controversial because he gave a good performance
Mhm.
and he's in good films. Although he's in any other films than this series.
But you can't pick the shark out with Jaws.
Bastard. Well, my second choice
Okay,
was Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
He's well liked.
He is, but he's got a weird mushy face, right?
He's well liked until the third film when he becomes a fucking idiot.
He's a weird mushy face.
Yeah.
And he's 45 years of age. So it's a bit of a struggle casting him as a teenager when he looks like he should be the head of a bank.
That's a fair point. I kind of agree with you there on that one.
And the second
I
one...
don't, to be fair, right, everyone buzzes over these Spider-Man films.
Yeah. I like Spider-Man 1 and 2.
I think they're good, but everyone's like gushing over them.
Maybe I haven't watched them in a while. Watch Spider-Man 1 and 2, it's unreal.
Is this, you know, the new Spider-Man? Is
Yeah.
that out in America now?
I have no idea.
Because I was flipping through Twitter and I saw some reviews.
Okay. Well, we don't need to because you've seen it on YouTube.
Right, okay.
Second one is Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
Dude, were you literally going through movies to pick all you thought was Spider-Man?
Yep. Again,
I liked him in the first one, but he's like
he's fine, but
35,
Andrew Garfield
isn't
is
he?
35 years of age. And is way too cool looking to be in
I know, he's not a geek
a
really, is he?
geeky Peter
Do you
Parker.
know what I mean?
So, there's the two from me.
What about the Green Goblin in it?
Willem Dafoe, what a casting.
What about the Green
Spider-Man!
What about the Green Goblin in the other one?
Oh my god.
Moody, there's one.
Aye.
Just
What's his
Spider-Man
name? What's his
films?
name? From Chronicle?
He's not
Dane
Chronicle.
DeHaan.
Dane DeHaan.
Awful.
Gets proper angry and just like starts smacking
He looks
shit
weird. He
up.
gets weird fangy teeth.
Oh god.
What a bad idea.
Right, Pete.
Yeah.
That's the unnecessary top 5.
Done.
Guess what we're going into now?
What's that?
True or false trivia.
Oh, well, here we go. Goddamn predator with tits.
Right, so we'll find out a bit of trivia about the film. If you haven't listened before.
Tasty.
Right, Pete. Jared Leto got so immersed in playing the Joker that he wouldn't break out of character on set even when he wasn't filming. He even sent his fellow cast members Joker-like presents. A live rat to Margot Robbie. Bullets to Will Smith. A soiled Playboy magazine to Adewale Akinyoyewa Agabaji.
Soiled?
And a dead hog. Anal beads and used condoms for the whole crew. Scott Eastwood commented that Leto frightened him at times with his behaviour, and Smith mentioned that he actually never met the real Leto.
Ugh.
What do you think?
I mean, I know that's true,
It is true.
because it's so fucking stupid.
Do you think he's trying too hard?
That's what it comes across as, doesn't it?
Like Heath Ledger locked himself in a room and fucked himself up. But there's no need.
Feels
What
a
do you
bit
think of
weird.
that? What do you
It's
think
just a
of
bit weird, isn't it? Kind of trying to drum it up.
Oh, like he had to do this. And he did
Yeah,
that
look,
and-
I'm such a good method actor. I've done things that the Joker would never do.
I like Jared Leto though, as an actor.
I do until he made this film. I
Right.
did. Death of a Salesman, seen that? Good role.
No.
Nicolas Cage's best film, in my opinion.
Right.
Oh wait, is it called Death of a Salesman? No, that's a complete wrong film.
I've never heard of it.
No, Death of a Salesman's someone else. Wait, what's it called? War
Pigs.
Pigs, aye.
Is it War Pigs?
No,
or
it's not called War
I
Pigs.
just wanted to say that.
He sells goods. I can't remember what it's called.
I don't know. Moving on. Right, beat next bit. When perfecting the Joker's laugh, Jared Leto publicly tried different laughs in New York City and Toronto to see which ones made people the most uncomfortable.
True.
This is true, but again, he walks into New York City
Right. Says,
'Cause he
I'm Jared
can-
Leto.
because he can do that because no one will know who he is.
Ah, of course.
Of course.
No one knows who Jared Leto
Stand in the
is.
middle of Times Square and go. Apparently, he did that
Awful.
as well.
Do you like his laugh?
Do I like his laugh?
Yes.
I don't know.
The fact that you have to think about it where he is, I think it's
No.
awful.
But you know what else as well? It's not the same.
It's not consistent.
It's not consistent.
You're right there.
So he
you're
hasn't got
right.
a Joker
It
laugh.
does change, yeah.
He's got different laughs,
Yeah.
which is a bit weird.
But he keeps on forgetting if he's playing Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson for the day.
Right, here's the next bit, Pete. Will Smith had to ditch the Deadshot mask for most of the film as he couldn't fit his ears inside it.
False.
That is false.
Get in. I mean, that's total bullshit.
I
mean-
thought that would be that bad. You might think it was true.
John, if you said he took off his armour-plated chest piece, he had a pair of tits, I might have guessed true. But unfortunately, it wasn't that.
Right, Pete, next bit.
He wears the mask in the film.
I know, but
The majority.
he has to
right.
take it off.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He can't have it on like.
He's got goddamn big ears.
He's got big ears, mate. Jonah Hill was set to be part of the Suicide Squad as the Penguin. However, they couldn't physically make a tuxedo that he could fit into. This kickstarted this dramatic weight loss.
That's good. That well done.
What are you saying well done for?
Because it's false.
It's false.
Of course, it's false.
Because you asked me Jonah Hill as the Penguin.
That's a great
I was
shout.
just thinking that,
Have
thinking
you
of
come
that.
up with that?
I was like, who's a fat actor who could play the Penguin who doesn't really you'd think?
That's a good shout. That.
Do you know what I
You
mean?
would play a good penguin in this universe.
Yeah, I think he'd be pretty good, but he's lost a shitload of weight. Have you seen him recently?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
No, he put it
like
back
he's
on.
ripped.
He put it back on for War Dogs.
Oh no, this is after War Dogs because he's got fat as hell for War Dogs.
Oh, it keeps on changing.
He's literally ripped now. He's like
He's ripped, is he?
he's got barely any weight on him.
I need to see this.
Google it
2
quick.
seconds, I'm googling it quickly. He's gone from playing the penguin to Robin now.
Does he look like weird?
Where's he at?
Not as funny though because he's not fat.
I mean, that's natural, isn't it? Aye, he's looking good now. Fair play to him.
Fair play to him because he couldn't fit into a tuxedo.
Masterpiece.
David Ayer cast Cara Delevingne before there was a script. He asked her to prepare for her role as the Enchantress by stripping naked in the woods, preferably underneath a full moon, and walking in the mud at night. She reportedly did so on the secluded compound of her sister's mansion for some much needed privacy.
What on earth? Right. The fact that you included the mansion makes us think that's true.
It's fucking true.
It's true!
David Ayer asked. She got the. Like, she
Preferably on a full moon.
I fucking don't know.
That's weirdly specific.
At least, like, he's got shit. He's got cameras and whatever. Would she? When
David Ayer. Do you know David Ayer got Squad tattooed onto him from the film?
A lot of them did.
Everyone did?
Everyone did.
Like, how embarrassing is that? Like, get that after the film does well.
I don't get it though. Why would K? It's like SKWAD.
That's a good point. Should it be a C? Like suicide. When's
know.
K? Squad?
It must stand for something. Out of the comics or something.
SK?
SKWAD.
I don't know.
I don't know. But that's how they spell it. Right, here we go. Right, this is the last bit of trivia beat. David Ayer penned an open letter in January 2017 in response to a fan's enthusiasm for the film. He said, "I know it's a controversial film. I really try to make something different, with a look and voice of its own. I took inspiration from the insanity of the original's comics. Making a movie is a journey, not a straight line. I learned so much. People want what they want, and everyone has a personal vision of how each character should look, walk, and talk. If you set out to make a mass appeal movie, it's easy to end up with vanilla.
Alright.
But I went for it. And I know Squad has its flaws. Hell, the world knows it.
Does he refer to Suicide Squad as Squad?
Yes. You know this
Jesus.
is. You know this is true as well because it's fucking going on a long time. We're picking up now. Nothing hurts more than to pick up a newspaper and see a couple of years of blood, sweat, and tears ripped to shreds.
That's true.
The hate game is strong out there. The movie was wildly successful commercially, and the world got introduced to some very cool characters in the DC universe. And that success is due exactly to the wonder and power of DC, of its characters. Would I do a lot of things different? Yep, for sure. Wish I had a time machine. I'd make Joker the main villain and engineer a more grounded story.
Oh my god!
I have to take the good and bad and learn from it. I love making movies and I love DC. I'm a high school dropout who used to paint houses for a living. I'm lucky to have the job I have. I have to give the characters, the stories and plots they deserve next time. Real talk. And no, there isn't a secret edition of this film with a bunch of Joker scenes hidden in a salt mine somewhere. That's what he came out and said.
Penned an open letter.
Penned an open letter.
Very nice. I mean, he's not wrong in the fact that it's a really cruel business, and the fact that the thing is, you can slaughter a film. Like us two idiots can slaughter a film,
Of course.
and there's so much work goes into it, so much time, so much effort. But
from what he said there, if the Joker was the main villain.
No, I don't know about that. I think a lot of mischaracterizations in there as well, and the editing's off the fucking map. But I still have sympathy for him. Just, you made a bad movie. It's simple as that.
Fair. I think he was a bit good about it as well. But
He has
sounds
made.
of that.
I mean, why would he be happy about it? He has made good movies.
Sounds like he wants to make another one though.
David, I'll give him another shot. I give him another one. Just
But
see
you
it.
hated this film.
I did. Just give him another one to see if it can get any worse. Has David Ayer made a good movie? I want to say Fury. Fury's a good movie until the end. If you haven't seen it, sorry to spoil that. David Ayer, we've just checked for his movies.
I want to hear these because you've got to have done some good stuff to get this film.
Right. So he's won his back round with these movies, okay?
Come on.
Fast and Furious. The
first one. Unreal.
Unbelievable. Training Day.
Good film.
Good film.
What, with Colin Farrell in?
No, Ethan Hawke, Denzel Washington.
Oh, shit, yeah, man. Colin Farrell on what I'm thinking of SWAT.
Well, guess what?
I did SWAT as well.
He made SWAT as well.
Yeah. That's for his wife. Jesus.
He made End of Watch.
Unreal.
Which is such
film.
a good film.
One of my favourite films, one of your favourite films as well.
It is, when Michael Pena cries out,
Oh, it's
somebody give me some fucking help. It's the realest fucking piece of dialogue I've ever seen in my life.
it's so good.
And then we've got Fury.
Yep.
And then Suicide Squad.
From never to get into the directorial.
So,
role
to be
ever
fair,
again.
Denzel Washington's best film. He's also making Gotham City Sirens, I believe,
Oh, he's got that, hasn't he?
which is the women of the DC universe.
It's going to have Harley Quinn in again, isn't it?
Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, people like that. So that's that.
So do you want to go into... Do you go straight to the points, babe?
We can do. Do you want me to hit the points up?
Right, yeah. So, as always, we recommend you watch the film before listening to this. If you've already seen it, watch it again. Don't watch it again. Please,
Don't watch
God.
it again.
Don't watch it
Don't
again.
watch it again unless you got a double vodka and orange.
If you've already seen it and you listen to the podcast, ideal. Maybe send us in some of your own points and we'll get back to you on Twitter.
Okay.
Beat, take it away.
Spoilers for everything.
Yeah, it's been out a while. The only time we'll ever do non-spoilers is like when we're
Brand new films.
if we go to the cinema and we're going to do it. It's not going to have the same points, but...
Got it. Right, starting off.
Hold on. How many... Can I just ask, how many points you got, B?
40? Around 30?
Right, okay, let's go.
Deadshot's mask is awful, but introduction is creative with the bullet deflection.
That's alright, yeah, I didn't
So
like that.
his ski mask design.
Did you put down what song was playing in the background or not?
No,
There was a
so
song
I couldn't
for,
keep up.
There was a song for every
I
character.
need Jimi Hendrix hums to type in every letter of every song quick enough before the movie was
I don't know
over.
if it's every introduction to the character
Every
has
single
a song.
every single scene has a song.
I've never known so many pop culture songs in a film before in my life.
Vietnam songs.
There's a few in the first 10
There's
minutes.
5 Vietnam songs in the film.
But the thing is with it, it's just so blatant. Them songs aren't in there to set the scenes. The songs are in there to sell an album afterwards.
Well, there's no relation.
Suicide Squad album, you know what I mean?
There's no relation of music to the actual tone or what is happening in the actual scene itself. What did music well? They're copying off something. No, there's a film this movie was copying off. The soundtrack was like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what they were trying to do.
Right.
And in each song,
Guardians of the Galaxy only have 8 songs.
every song though is very well weaved into the story. You know, it makes sense. It doesn't feel unnatural,
Yeah.
which is the point we're making. Anyway, his introduction is creative. What we've said there, you know, he's deflecting bullets off a little 5-inch steel plate, which is kind of cool. Other than that, it's total shit. Next point. Joker just appears in Harley intro. No form of weight given to his first DCU appearance.
Right, I'll hit you one here, Pete. You know what this reminds us of?
Yeah.
Batman in Batman vs Superman.
Right.
They just threw him into it. They didn't really set anything up. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I still think he's given a better introduction.
He's given a better introduction, but you know, Superman had Man of Steel.
Yeah. Had a Batman film.
You hit with Batman film before going into a bloody Batman vs Superman film. You know what I mean?
I know.
Anyway,
But
it's even worse than this because you've got one of the leading villains in DC, in the DC
You've got
universe.
the greatest villain in comic book history, never mind DC. Name a better Marvel villain than Joker. Name a better villain in any form of comic book than the Joker. You can't.
God.
And he just turns up on a chair. There's no sort of...
Was that when he was in the club? It's like the...
No, this is... Oh, no, that comes later.
Is that Rick Ross? I'm thinking
It is. I'm Rick Ross and Skrillex. But it's just a Harley Quinn flashback. We're introduced to Harley Quinn, and Joker turns up. He's sitting in a chair, doing a stupid little mimey face. And there's no kind of suspense leading up to his introduction. There's no little clues dropped that you're gonna get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As to reference something that does it well, The Dark Knight. You don't see his face until you've seen the whole bank scene, and then you realise, oh, it's the Joker,
Yeah.
and it shows his intellect, like it shows his intelligence as he's told him to pick off each gang member.
Yeah.
Sorry to spoil that film, but it is our favourite films of all time,
Yeah. It's my favourite film of all time.
and it gets the characterisation of the Joker spot on, and what an introduction of the character.
Maybe
Nails him down.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's unfair to mention that film because it was
different
it was done
circumstances.
so well, but a lot of people don't think it's a proper like superhero film.
It isn't. No.
It's more of just a I don't know, like a crime film, really.
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
I understand what you mean.
Like it's dark.
Dark thriller.
It's just a dark thriller. That's what it is. It's not really.
But what I'm saying is, it gets the
You're drawn to him when he's on screen.
it gets the character correct,
Mhm.
and it gives him weight. You know what I mean? It doesn't just go, oh, he's the Joker. He's just turned up to rob a bank.
Yep.
He's slowly portrayed.
Right. Come on. Next point.
Incredible. Anyway, Leto's performance blows my mind. Who thought that was good?
Really?
Aye.
You're not sitting on the fence anymore on this
No,
one.
so I think this is in reference to the Rick Ross scene where Common turns up, Common the rapper.
Was that Common the Rapper?
Yeah, he's
That's
like-
a great show by you.
And he turns up and he's like, I don't want anything to do with Harley Quinn. She's amazing though. She's a bad bitch. I want to quote him. He's like, but Joker, she's your girl. And Joker's like, hey, what? You wanna beef? You wanna beef? And then shoots him in the head.
It's fucking
What?
horrible. It's
What's happened there? I understand he has to be sporadic.
Bet you know more about the joke than what I do.
Right.
You're doing research on this.
So, well, I don't know. But what I want to say is, granted, Joker is sporadic and spontaneous in his craziness, and he will act out of pure madness and kill people. But he seems to act out of kind of jealousy that Common wants Harley, which Joker, oh my god, I don't know if he would do. Also, he's wearing chains. He's also in a club with 500 other
He's got
people.
rings on every finger. He's wearing chains.
I just feel that Joker would suffer no fools, and he'd probably shoot every person in there for dancing to Rick Ross.
Right
He's
there.
playing Rick Ross. He's gone to someone. Hey DJ, will you set up Rick Ross and Skrillex? It's a real banger. They're a couple of real honkers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand.
Right. You've killed us, sorry.
Again, getting the characterization wrong. Like, he's very materialistic. It doesn't make sense. Whereas my Joker, why I fell in love with the character, he is an anarchist.
Do you know what I think? This Joker's based on numerous different Jokers,
Yeah.
rather than just one take out of a comic.
Mm.
And that's been said. So is that a bad thing because there's been different interpretations of the Joker
Uh-huh.
across years, and this is like 4 interpretations of him into one.
This is an opposite argument to my anger, which is it's just a different take, which is fair. That's an okay argument. I understand that you've got to have different interpretations. Maybe I just can't accept that because I love that character so much and nothing else is like it. That's what I want to see in movie form,
Right.
i.e. Mark Hamill's Joker. But you know what I mean.
Who came out and endorsed Jared Leto's Joker, by the way.
Did he?
Mhm.
Like
Said-
he's
said
seen
he
the
really
film.
liked it.
He probably didn't even watch the film.
But he also came out and said that the new Star Wars is going to be shit. So I don't know how much I can believe in him.
out of revenge for not being cast as the main character in the
Yes.
first film.
Someone's up there.
Right. Anyway, next point. We'll spend too much time on that.
I was going to say we need to whip through because I want to get this under an hour. I want
This
this
is a good
episode
point.
to be under an hour.
This
mate.
point sums up the biggest flaw in the film, other than
Let's
mischaracterization.
rock.
Editing in the film feels like pulling an emergency stop with no seatbelt on. If there are truer words than that, give them to us.
It's all over the shop.
It
There's no clean edits. It's like
no, it just feels like the following scene after one another is from a different movie completely.
it's all over the shop.
It's like movie 1, 2, 3, 4,
Even worse in this extended cut.
even big time.
Like that bit when she's like just walking on the street and then bang, it turns her on that bike and he's on a Lamborghini in front of a fucking truck.
I know.
It's like what?
I don't understand what's happening.
I just don't understand. Oh god, I don't know.
So basically, it looks like 5 different movies edited into one. I believe the reason for this was because when the trailer got released, which looked excellent, I was getting excited for it. That was from a different studio. a separate trailer editing studio. The reaction from the trailer was that good from the studio creating it.
They didn't edit, they did a cut.
Warner Brothers said, cut this film for us. So it was a trailer making studio, cut the film together.
They did it about it was horrendous, by the way.
And I think to David Ayer's compliments, with Grace said that he wouldn't change things. He wasn't unhappy, but he would have been angry at DC, 100%. And sorry, Warner Brothers, not DC. Anyway, I think that's a big problem. Next point. Joker has no interesting reaction to Batman showing up. So in the flashbacks when we're introduced to Harley, it's showing the relationship between Joker on the first date.
Have you got the line that the Amanda Waller says?
No. What was the line?
When she says, Harley Quinn is more dangerous
and more crazy
than
Joker.
The Joker.
I mean, there you go.
I mean, that sums everything up, doesn't it? When they think we're stupid. They think we're fucking stupid.
Do they?
We'll forget that line when the Joker has a main film. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're trying to big Harley up for this movie.
But we're not fucking stupid, and we will remember that line.
Can Harley not just be a good character by herself rather than having to compare to the Joker by putting him down? I just don't get it. Anyway, basically, the relationship between Batman and Joker is, again, another string to the bow of both characters. As in, if Joker sees Batman in the comics, he loses his mind. The only reason Joker exists is because of Batman.
Yes.
And there's no sort of hint of that in this film at all.
Although when Jared Leto was doing interviews, he said something like that. He said, like, we was interviewed and saying, what's the relation with you and the Batman? And,
what did he say?
And he was like, it's not love, but it's more like a friendship.
What?
Something down there, like a crazy friendship, like, he wouldn't want to kill him. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think he was touching upon that, but
that's great, but it's not shown in the film.
Yeah.
What I would give the point is that you could kind of tinfoil hat it and say that that's not the real Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Again, leading into the Jason Todd theory that Batman's Joker's a different one, so he doesn't really care about this Jason. Well, no, if it was Jason Todd, he'd care.
But they can't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Because they haven't made the films.
They've set one guy. You can't set multiple Jokers in this universe.
Yeah. Well, there's an interesting take on it.
They can do it, but how? You want to buy into one character. You don't want to have like 3 bloody Jokers bombing about. You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Next point. Killer Croc's design is awful. Wish it was King Shark instead.
You mentioned this.
Yes.
So if King Shark hadn't been in that bloody what was it, Green Arrow?
Flash. It was Flash.
Then he would have been in this film.
Yeah, because I think King Shark's a Flash villain, just like Captain Boomerang.
Alright.
But he went on the Suicide Squad, just like Harley Quinn's a Batman villain. So it's their rogues.
Really?
But they just threw him out for Killer Croc for some reason. And the big problem I have is Killer Croc just likes a normal guy. Like, I want a 12-foot Killer Croc, 12 foot wide, and I want him to have proper Killer Croc features, not a weird flat human face.
Well, the whole thing was it was just like a guy out of the Bronx who developed a skin disease, wasn't it?
Which is, I think, true to the character, but he also grows to being like 20 foot. Also, they won an Oscar for that? Or they were nominated.
What, for design of
like
makeup?
Yes, design and makeup. They won nominated for an Oscar or something like that. But for the worst makeup I've ever seen. Awful.
If you could see my face right now. You know what they did? They put rubber on his head and shoulders and painted his body in fucking
green shit.
Normal paint. You can see it. It's so easy to see. It looks horrendous.
I know.
Like painted a 6-pack on him.
Awful.
He also, when asked by Harley Quinn, have you got that on your points? What I picked up on.
What's that?
When he's like, oh, so why do you eat people? She says that to him.
Yeah.
He's like, because I get the power.
I get the power?
That's what he says.
Whereas for King Shark, the character in the comics, from what I know, is he goes kind of bloodthirsty. So once he feeds, he regains his consciousness.
Yeah.
So he starts turning more and more an animal the longer he hasn't eaten for, which I think's a better dynamic.
Of course it is.
Than just going.
That's interesting me straight away.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, next point.
We're rolling. Come on.
Supposed secret heart of Enchantress, which Amanda Waller says it's in a secret location, is in the exact same place that Cara Delevingne's character was taken over. so it's not secret at all. They say we
No.
looked in the same tomb and found it. Total bullshit. If you watch the film. Next point.
Yep.
Amanda's plan in forming the squad to fight a Superman-powered threat wouldn't do a thing. Superman could murder them whilst eating a hot dog. So what's this squad contain? Superman-powered beings? That's a literal quote out of the film. Superman-powered beings.
Yeah, what would happen if he come and rip the White House off and kill
Well, they're
us all?
going to do fuck all. Because he just laser beam them in the face and that's it.
None of them could fight him.
Zod. Imagine them trying to take Zod down. What's going to happen
What,
there?
as he kills billions of people by flying into
Aye.
fucking skyscraper?
Aye.
Harley Quinn trying to fucking hire a baseball bat at him.
Fucking just doesn't work.
I don't know.
And these meant to be smart, intelligent people, which
Yeah.
Amanda Waller is in the comics. Amazing.
Who's the next one be?
Viola Davis is great, but I wish Amanda Waller was fatter.
What? Did she fart like in the thing?
Aye.
What a point that is to pick up on. He's the one for you that might solve it. You know who was in the run to become Amanda Waller?
Who?
Oprah Winfrey.
That's perfect.
Oprah Winfrey was in for it, aye.
Her intelligence is also sacrificed to allow the movie to have a villain. So what I'm referencing there is her heart is kept in a little suitcase by her bed, and Enchantress just teleports and takes it from her. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Why has she got in a suitcase by a bed?
I don't know.
Why is it
would
not
you-
like in a
a
fucking...
facility?
To be fair, she could go and get it from anywhere, couldn't she?
That's a good point, but her brother's soul, which is the main villain of the
Yeah.
story, is hanging on a desk, and she just takes the bottle from a desk, doesn't she, and pours it into a black guy.
I must have missed that. Is that what happened?
Yes, it happened in 5 seconds.
Oh, I must have missed it.
You missed it, aye.
Also, that the film all makes sense now.
Next point.
Yeah.
New song every scene.
Every scene.
We've touched on
mentioned
that.
this, yeah.
Next point. And this is all capitals. Slipknot. Ha 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 ha.
Slingshot,
ha.
you mean?
Don't you mean slingshot? Like, basically, I keep saying basically. His character just turns up in a van, and he's like, "Oh, here he is. He's not going to die in the next 5 minutes."
What? What's his power?
He can rope around place like a little spider monkey.
So that's it.
That's it.
He can just high ropes on buildings and just move quickly.
His power is to show the plot point of the explosive
Right. He's in.
neck device is actually working.
He's in for 2 seconds, then boom.
Yes.
They're all like, "Oh my god, what's gonna happen to us? That's gonna happen to us. We better fucking listen to Amanda Waller."
So dumb. On to the next one. Most of Harley's lines of dialogue / jokes are unbearable. Daniel Day-Lewis wouldn't be able to sell them. So that's a 3-time nominated Oscar-winning actor. Honestly, some of them are
Who's wrote
horrendous.
this script, Pete?
Some of them are horrendous. And I like Harley, but
I think I've got some of the quotes on up here.
I base
fine.
I base my love of the character Harley
Yeah.
Quinn off the animated Batman series,
Yeah.
which I think she was first made in, called an episode called Tough Love, or maybe there was a comic book created, a one-off,
Right.
which and they made it the episode out of, and that's how popularity came out of that.
He's one for you, Pete.
Yeah, it's just
Harley
nothing like
Quinn to Katana.
that. Okay,
Love your perfume. What
Yeah.
is that? The stench of death.
cricket noise.
What else we got? We've got more here.
We got any more? Tumbleweed.
Walks from helicopter crash. What a ride.
Oh my goodness. 5-year-old now.
It's horrendous. Right. Let's go. Move on.
Next point.
Just every next point, everyone. Right. Come on.
No, I can really that in. Can't see anything too dark / bored.
The fucking film was like
Pitch black.
pitch fucking black.
I was expecting Vin Diesel to turn up with some goddamn marble eyeballs.
Fucking shiny eyes.
Absolute silence.
What do you? I don't know. What do you think that was intentional?
Intentional not to see the movie.
I would just want to make it dark and dreary and
Oh,
these are bad guys.
just
in
what I
sewers.
love from my films.
Yeah. I've got it.
Right,
Do you know why it was shot at night?
because they took the literal interpretation of the word dark.
No.
in film.
It's just in film. It's easier to shoot CGI in the dark, and in rain, stuff like that.
What
is.
sort of comment is that? Is it? Are you not confusing it?
CGI looks better when it's
Looks
like
better,
dark,
not
you know
easy
what I
to
mean?
shoot. Alright, I get you.
Like easier to put on.
So
I think that's why it was shot.
what CGI is huge?
I don't know.
Used?
Scrap this point. Scrap my point.
The little eyeballs on the guys.
When next point.
Next point. Do I care about anything happening to anyone in this film? So I think I've made this point like 5 times. It happened in Alien Covenant for sure.
We slowly. Was this when Peter came, Pete? So we had to pause it.
Peter came, we had
and
to
then
pause.
we put Meet Joe Black on for like
Oh man.
Sony movies.
Well, basically, we ordered food.
Pete, was this the point where Peter came and we paused the DVD, put normal TV on, Sony Movies one, show Meet Joe Black?
An absolute classic. One of my favourites. Anthony Hopkins, Brad Pitt.
Brings
And-
tears to my eyes, Pete.
Who's cutting onions? And I've never wanted
To not put a film
to
on.
not put a film back on and
Why-
watch Joe Black.
I
I've
mean,
never wanted to watch
It's
Joe
not-
Black as much
I
as
wouldn't
I
say it's a
did.
brilliant film, it's a good film.
It's a brilliant film, John. I love it.
But we didn't want to
How
put...
can you make us feel that way about death?
We're eating a nice pizza or watching some nice scenes on Meet Joe Black, knowing we had to put Suicide Squad back on.
And that main theme just hits me arsehole like you wouldn't believe how. Diddle-i-did-did-did-did. Sounds like fucking neighbours.
Anyway,
That.
this isn't Meet Joe Black, and the ending goes on for about an hour and a half, so we're not watching that
It's
one.
like a 4 film and I love
Yeah.
every second of it. Unlike this one. Right, next point.
Yeah.
I've just got Bosk. Question. Great shout.
I know we'll address this more
Yes.
in the fan questions at the end of the podcast,
Like we did before with the Predator thing.
but to shed a bit light on it, Pete,
Yeah. You wanted me to describe the scene.
just describe the scene, then we'll talk through it later on.
So, we haven't even described the movie at all. You know the movie. Anyway, squad gets rattled together. They go into Midway City to save a VIP target. Helicopter gets shot down, and now they're fighting their way out the city. So they go into this building, and Harley Quinn gets to an elevator. Why?
Nice little elevator cutscene, just runs off.
I suppose it's not good as Captain America.
I mean, you can't get a squad of 8 in there.
If you want to see a good elevator scene with a comic book movie, Captain America, Winter Soldier,
Boom, good film by the way.
Steve Rogers. Is it Steve Rogers? Kicking ass. Frank Grillo, he drops his ass.
He does.
How good's that?
Does he have the shield or not?
Yeah, he does. He remember at the end he flicks it up with his foot and catches it on his arm.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I was watching that movie.
Right, okay. We're not.
Okay. And basically, Harley Quinn gets the elevator, fights 15 demons in the elevator, and then the squad, spelled with a K, meets Harley Quinn at the top floor of the building, who's taking the elevator.
How did they get up there?
So, well, obviously slingshots come back from the dead and sling them up,
Whip them up a nice little...
a lecky band up from 1 to 5 floors. Next point. Diablo is goaded into helping the group in a less dangerous situation than before. Plus, only takes 2 love taps on his head to get him killing again.
B, can I say something?
Yeah.
I fucking hated that character.
Diablo.
I hated him.
I think he's the best part of the movie.
Jesus, how?
Honestly.
He's so boring.
He is boring, I'll give you that.
He's so boring.
But he's the only
He's got
one.
nothing about him whatsoever.
He's not a villain in any way.
In any way.
Even though he did commit a horrendous murder
But
of
he's
his own
more
family.
villainous than anyone else because he murdered his family.
But the difference is, he murders his family, but he shows remorse and guilt, which is the signs of a good character.
Right.
So if they were trying to portray an evil villainous character, they would be laughing at the fact that they've just killed their own children and wife. But he swears off fighting because of that. Becomes a better person. Anyway, Will Smith goes up. He's like, "Huh? What are you gonna do now?" Does his old Fresh Prince on him.
He had to take the helmet off because of his ears.
Yep. And he bops him on the head, and Diablo roasts everyone in the room, even though these
Why
are demons.
doesn't Diablo not just melt Will Smith?
I know. Why didn't Diablo
anger?
do this 15 minutes before when they were fighting for their life? Plus, these aren't human beings. These are weird-eyed demon people who have no features, so we should feel
Who no
okay.
one gives a shit about in a PG film, by the way.
Yeah, and you shatter their heads with.
These are
they are
people
quite
who-
terrifying, aren't they?
These people, when you think about it,
Yeah,
who are normal soldiers, getting turned into
transformed.
zombies,
Yeah,
and then just getting killed.
it's funny how that is okay for a PG
And
audience.
it's okay because I've got a face.
I know.
They've
It's as
got
simple
weird
as that,
crystal
isn't it?
faces, so when in reality you're killing
With
fellow soldiers.
The same thing for the MCU, which the Chitauri in the first Avenger film.
Aye.
Oh, it's just purple blood. It's still blood
Aye,
pouring out of them when they're
pouring out.
dying.
Oh, yeah,
It's
fair.
purple. How does that make it okay? It's losing fresh hot blood out of its veins. That's disgusting. But that's just pointing to how stupid life is. Suits, eh? Next point.
You're having to mix it up because all you're saying is the next
Well,
point.
basically, we paused this, and John said, keep mixing up next point because it's kind of monotone. So now I'm just hiding in a couple of
you could say
inflections.
something like
Oh,
on to the next
on
one,
to the next
not just
one.
like say
No,
next point in
I'd
different
rather,
ways
I'd
every
rather
time.
go, next point.
You know what the next? Come on, I need to send myself there. Next point.
Interesting Harley transformation scene, ruined by dumb music. So this is when the Joker says,
And try and make like a bit of a love music.
would you
scene.
die for me? And she's like, yes. And then he's like, no, better yet, would you live for me?
Would you live for me?
And then I go, face palm into my own scalp. But then she dies off the edge. And it's quite visually interesting because it's got that kind of ink of her bleaching.
Yep.
And then they hide some stupid Skylar Grey music over the top of it, completely ruins the moment.
All right.
That's the point I was getting at.
Oh,
I think it's dumb. Next point. Amanda Waller turning out to be the priority target is so uninteresting. Should have been Joker's first reveal in the movie, with ghost stories and foreshadowing leading up to his reveal. Agree or disagree?
how cool would it be if they open that up? And there's the. Did this film have a twist in? Didn't even have a fucking twist in.
One twist. The Joker wasn't dead in the end.
Aye, that was it. That was the twist.
We'll get to that later. That's the next point.
How good would it have been if it just opened the door and actually the Joker
Was-
is in control?
He's it, right?
He's got Amanda Waller.
No.
He's fucking
He's
Amanda
it.
Waller. Like, not fucking her.
He's
Literally,
not
just
fucking
like
Amanda Waller.
she's tied up in a chair somewhere,
Yeah.
and he's in control.
Right. Amanda Waller doesn't need to be there, right? I see the squad spelled with K walking through the building, and they get the top floor and they see a chair, which is kind of Blofeld that's got the back to them,
And then
And all you hear-
they don't fight anyone. They just walk through the eerie, silent
and
building.
all you hear is like a laughing.
Yes.
Is that not better?
And then we're not the directors.
And then they spin around, and it's the fucking Joker.
just come up with some shit which is interesting for the
A
rest
little
of the
bit
film.
better than him just appearing, which he doesn't. He's not there anyway. That's our personal take on it. That's 5 seconds on the bog thinking.
There you go.
All right, just thrown out there. Agree or disagree? Next point.
Yeah.
Joker. Oh, sorry. Next point. Joker fake out death is pointless. Yes, DC are going to kill their most popular villain in comic book history in the first Suicide Squad movie. So, the team extract Amanda Waller. No, they don't. She gets taken
gets
away.
right, what happens is they go on the roof.
Yeah.
She gets into a helicopter. The helicopter flies off and sets off flares to stop her from getting bombed. And then 30 seconds later, she gets shot down while the flares are still going.
Yeah.
She somehow manages to survive the helicopter crash
Because she's Amanda Waller, man.
and then gets taken over by Cara Delevingne or whatever.
Cara Delevingne.
Don't even know her fucking name. What's she called? Enchantress.
I don't know what her name is. But basically, the Joker saves Harley Quinn by deactivating the bomb in her neck,
Yeah.
which had been previously set up because he went to a scientist who'd made the bombs. And then he pushes her out the helicopter and he blows up. Like,
How did he get out of that?
one, how did he survive that?
How would the Joker survive that?
Two, did his second-hand man survive?
No, he's dead. And
He's dead?
He's a big character.
Well, what he's from is, I think his name's like Jack White or something like that, or Frost, something Frost. And he's in the comic book Joker. It's just titled Joker. It's really cool. Where he's a much different character. He's like a really tragic hero who goes down the path, gets manipulated by the Joker, and he's a lot different in that.
Doesn't Joker do something bad to him in that?
Terrible, terrible. Do you want us to spoil that for you?
But let us know a little bit about it. What happens?
Well, what do you want us to spoil it or not?
I don't. Yeah, can I?
Spoilers for the comic book Joker. So Joker, in the same comic book, skins a human being alive
Right.
and makes him walk out on a stripper pole. I mean, that's a
Jesus.
Joker for you. In the same book, though, he rapes.
Where was Common when that was going on?
Nah. He was going, bow, bow, bow. You got a bad bitch. So he rapes that character's wife.
Jesus Christ.
So that's a departure from the character because Joker's not sexual at all. He only cares
That's
about
what annoys us
Batman.
because like what we're talking about in the previous episode.
Yes,
You can't get shit like that in these films anymore. They've got to be PG.
I know.
They've
And
got to be for
you know the
all-
character that
all
died.
sort of audience.
You know the character that died, Jack White.
Yeah.
He takes it. He goes, "I'll be loyal to you." He starts crying and that, and Joker puts an arm around him, saying something like, "I always been better than you."
You could portray the Joker to be like
it's so
one of
tragic.
the greatest villains ever.
I personally don't agree that he should be sexually aggressive because I don't think that's his character.
Yeah.
I think it's his love's
That was just
between
someone
Batman.
someone else's take on it.
Absolutely, yeah. Anyway, there you go.
Okay, moving on.
Next point.
Beacon, drop that out.
Blue beam of light again. So the common stereotypicals ending to any sort of superhero film now is big blue light in the sky.
Yes. What can we say about that?
Fantastic Four,
Loads
First
of trash
Avengers.
flying around it.
Aye.
It's
It's actually referenced to.
Here's a question for you, Pete.
Yes.
What was it for?
Big blue lights do well in demographics of modern day cinema
Yes.
goers.
But in talk of the film, what did it do? What was it meant to achieve? The big light
Take
in
over the
sky?
world.
How?
Big mushroom clouds of blue death. Cara Delevingne's doing something. I don't know what allows it to.
I'm sitting here now and I don't know why she put that.
I don't know. I'm fucking
I
clear.
know it was going to end the world,
Aye.
but I don't know what she was trying to do.
Well, I don't know what the real reason is, but the main reason is.
It looked cool in a dark sky.
When it's blue and there's a light beam on, we're in danger. Once the heroes have stopped it, it's gone. We're not in danger.
Right,
So the
okay.
stupidest fucker on earth can understand what's happening. Which is fine. We are stupid fuckers. We need that stuff.
Yeah.
Next point. Don't forget, we the bad guys. Are you? So that's a quote from the film. Don't forget, we are the bad guys.
Mhm.
I think Deadshot says it. And I'm asking the question: are you the bad guys? Because you seem a lot like anti-heroes to me.
Not even anti-heroes. The fucking
Heroes.
The heroes. They're not villains. I mentioned some when watching the film, Beat.
Yeah.
I'm watching House of Cards at the minute.
Yes.
Totally different kind of thing, right? But
Uh-huh.
the lead in that, Kevin Spacey, is
Fantastic.
unreal.
Yeah.
Frank Underwood.
His electoral whip.
Right.
Yeah.
Now there is a villain who plays the main part.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Simple as that. Do I still want to watch it? Yes. Do I like his character? No. Am I interested by his character? Yes.
Yeah.
All of these were superheroes. They weren't villains. None of them I ever thought was gonna like do something drastically bad.
What's the worst thing one does?
Deadshot when he drinks 2 whiskeys in that bar.
Dropping 2 whiskies.
That's it, mate. Right?
Harley Quinn nicks a handbag.
Yeah. Diablo kills his family, but then he.
Feels bad because of it.
Mhm.
I guess he was a drug runner.
Why
But
is it-
everybody makes mistakes.
The only one who was actually quite villainous was the Captain Boomerang,
Captain Boomerang.
and I thought he was quite
I guess
funny
so.
in it. Aye.
He's funny.
He was
aye.
just there for the crack.
I suppose he was. And Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller's the biggest villain in this.
Aye.
Which is again.
Again, she is villainous in the comics.
She is
though.
villainous in the comics. Aye.
But yeah,
And intelligent. Which this film doesn't seem to grasp.
no.
Next point. Moving right along. So the team are like in a bar trying to shoot the shit. We learn Diablo's backstory. This is the point. Diablo's backstory is introduced an hour 30 into the movie. So I understand you're trying to feel something for these characters, which is hard to do when they're all villains.
Yep.
But he's given the backstory in hour 30 in the movie. Wouldn't it be better introducing that earlier on?
So you actually felt for the character?
Yes.
That makes sense.
And possibly give a better reason for why he's a pacifist.
They might have got the editing wrong. That might have just been slung into the end of the film.
Maybe that was filmed for earlier on, but
Yeah.
the trailer people didn't think that was a good idea. I don't know. There was a lot of reshoots for this film, I know that for a fact.
What was that?
Yeah, a lot of reshoots, which isn't uncommon in modern film, right?
Well, what's the extended cut there, though, right?
Uh-huh. I see a modern film, every film.
There wasn't much more Joker.
There wasn't much more anything. I didn't see it go. How long was the film on for? 2 hours 15?
I don't get it, like.
It's pretty fucking boring, I remember that. Maybe I fell asleep. Maybe I missed every
Maybe
extended...
that's why it was badly edited. You kept falling asleep.
Hi, they did. Common edited.
Good one.
I wish Common edited it.
Common.
He's like, hey man, I want every scene with a bad bitch in it.
Everyone's got to be wearing a bit bling.
Everybody's got to be a honga. Right. Next point. Flag is reluctant to kill Diablo, yet forgets about Scott Eastwood and blows his ass sky high.
I spoke about this when we were watching it. The whole group are like, Diablo, don't do it. And he's like, no, Diablo. He's only known Diablo for what, 6 hours?
Yeah,
He
exactly
was
that.
a villain anyway. Who's
Exactly.
killed his family.
Yep.
Don't worry, I've got to do this.
Yeah.
Sorry, that wasn't Arnie Schwarzenegger, that was Diablo. And his mate, he's like, just do it. It's Scott Eastwood under the fucking thing, holding the fucking bomb.
Scott Eastwood just presses it, goes like that, and just explodes.
He's probably been through military school. He's
With
been
him.
for 20 years.
Is he part of his team? He
Aye,
will
yes, of
be.
course
He will be, yeah.
Mate, it's like, doesn't he mention it?
So, to shed light on it, little recap. The team have resolved things in a bar. They've gone, we're going to sort this shit out. They go to the blue light, and they have to fight Cara Delevingne / Enchantress's brother. And in this fight, they have to lure him to a corner of the, I don't know what you would call it, building? Just a building.
It's like just a square?
Yeah.
Do they lure him anywhere?
Yeah.
Does he not just walk like 20 yards from... He walks down the steps, doesn't he?
Something like that. So Diablo becomes like a fucking demon. Which
I enjoyed. It looked pretty cool.
That's
to be
pretty
fair.
cool.
I like
That is in the comics. Although I feel, is that set up well? That he can just turn into a big bony skeleton man which is 30 foot tall?
No.
Or would you have to read the comics to understand that?
I don't know.
I don't know how I would feel about that. Anyway, Flag completely dismisses Scott Eastwood and cares more about the person he known for 6 hours, as John said before. Next point,
Just kills him.
coming up to the end here.
Thank God for this.
I'm so bored was one point. And then followed by, can I watch me Joe Black? Please, John, please.
At this point, this shows how bad this film is when we're actually debating, switching it off, watching the end of Meet Joe Black, and doing this podcast anyway.
Death and taxes, mate.
Death and taxes, mate.
Incredible. Last point.
Thank God.
Why do I care about Cara Delevingne's dumb character surviving?
I probably enjoyed the film more if she died.
Aye,
Because
like it just did something.
Took one for the team.
Did something
Do you know what I mean?
ballsy.
Yeah,
I
took one for the team.
suppose Diablo took one for the team. Is he dead completely?
He's gone.
Ah, that's sad.
Unless he might just come back. Or he'll probably come back as like the light the campfire in the next one. You know, like just fucking jump out of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe he has that power. He's quite demonic. I would have to know. I don't know anything about Diablo. Do you know what rogue list he's off?
No,
I don't know whose rogues he is.
no idea.
I tell you, it would be cool if he met Ghost Rider. There you go. And they share some similarities. Marvel team up.
What if Ghost Rider rode Diablo?
Aye. They're both skull fiery men. There you go. I wonder who came first. The egg.
Poached or fried.
So,
It's weird that.
boiled or fried, I'm satisfied as long as I get my eggs. So basically, the point is, what a bad film.
I think we're on record.
What of?
What time is it?
Now we're free?
No, 3.
Yeah, that's alright.
Right. Right, B. Let's just go straight to ratings.
Well, alright, yeah. Final verdicts?
Final verdicts, ratings.
Jesus, I haven't even thought about this yet. You want to give yours? I'll try
I'll
and...
go first, B.
Okay.
See, again, the one I like to keep mentioning, Snowbee's got a 4. What was your take?
Did it get a 4?
No, I don't think so.
It got a 2.
It got a 2.
Yeah.
B, I'm going to give this film 3 out of 10.
Really?
3 out of 10.
A 3 out of 10?
I didn't enjoy it at all.
Holy Jesus.
I was bored. I was bored sitting through it. I didn't really buy into any of the characters.
Uh-huh.
I kind of like Deadshot, but it wasn't Deadshot, it was Will Smith.
That's okay. Flying
on
Lord.
third watch, I'm kind of losing the will to live on the Joker.
Yeah.
I just really didn't enjoy it. I was sitting there wanting it to end.
3 out of 10 serious. 3 out of 10 is a low score.
Aye?
That's one...
Screw it, B. I'm giving it 3 out of 10. I didn't like it.
Okay.
That's my rating.
Okay.
I just... Oh, God, I hated it. I hated the film. The shit films, beat. The reason I'm giving it 3 out of 10, because I'm normally lenient on my scores. There's shit films out there, right?
Can I do a you?
Listen.
Can I say what you would say?
There's shit films out there, but if I enjoy them, if I feel like there's some certain bits in, I'll leave it going, I know that was shit, but you know what? It's a bit of a feel-good film.
Yeah.
It gets a better score from me. But nah, that was shit.
No redeemed qualities.
Nah.
Well, John, you give it 1 above the Snow Beast. Anyway, do you want my verdict?
I want your verdict, Pete.
On the basis of
This could
mischaracterization...
be your first time ever. This could be you giving a better score than me.
Mischaracterization of
Yes.
the Joker
Yeah.
and a few characters.
Mhm.
Editing is the worst I've ever seen in any film.
Mhm. Yep.
Tone changes every second.
There's no tone to the film.
No tone. No... what's the word?
The characters aren't true to the comics.
That's what I was talking about, the mischaracterization. Music is used poorly throughout. And finally, a huge problem with the film. A lot of the script and the comedy just falls flat. Like, I don't know who's written it, but it's always childish, and none of the actors can work with it at all. So on them notes, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10?
Yeah. I was thinking about a 5, which is average, but it's not average. It's boring. So I'm going bad. It's a bad film. That's a 4 out of 10. I don't know what other films. Alien Covenant get a 4 out of 10?
Did it? Did that like
From
a
me?
5?
It might got a 5. That's a good point. It might got a 5. What was the second film we reviewed?
The second film we reviewed was...
It was another stinker. Was Batman v Superman, so that's no good anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, another DC film. Well, at least Wonder Woman turned thing round.
I enjoyed Batman v Superman more than this.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think I'd give that the exact same rating.
I know, I just didn't like this.
Maybe they should go down to a 3.
Anyway, so
No,
that's the
4
rate.
out of 10.
That's the rating. So on average, it's got a 3.5
3.5 from the beaten
3.5 out
genre.
of 10.
Yep. Next segment?
Obviously, watch it yourself. Make your own opinions on it if you haven't seen it.
If you completely disagree, which is completely fine, understand that these are just our
It's just our
opinions.
opinions.
and
We're not right or wrong.
We're a bunch of idiots. So if you feel you enjoyed the film and you can provide some valid points, hit us up.
Hit us up.
Hit us up,
We'll
and
discuss it.
we're all ears. You can have your own opinion as a human being. That's a wonderful society we live in today. Go, next segment.
Right, beat straight into fan questions to end the show.
Ending on the last segment.
I'm going to end this on fan questions.
Brilliant.
We've got a guy. He's wrote into us a couple of times before.
We have
I
a
think,
man.
I think we can induct him into Crass Holler.
Is he getting an induction?
Matt Casa 90.
Matt Casa,
You know the name.
Welcome, Matt Casa, to the golden gates of Crass Holler.
You're in. Right, beat. Matt Casa 90 posed the question.
Yep.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Cara Delevingne's performance as Enchantress? 1 being Chris O'Donnell in Batman and Robin.
I think you've summed up the performance as associated with Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, Christ.
Chris O'Donnell?
Chris O'Donnell.
What's he in now? NCIS.
Aye, unreal.
I could not believe
With,
when you took LL Cool J.
LL Cool J.
He's going to knock your ass down. What a legend.
Here's one for you.
Yeah.
Would Chris O'Donnell in a wig do a better job than Cara Delevingne?
Wiggling about like a little worm in that goddamn enchantress suit. What a steal performance, Al.
But I'll let you answer this one.
Well, this is... Right, what I'm getting at is...
Rated on 1 out of 10.
Can I say why?
Mm-hmm.
You don't get models to act.
Right.
Simple as that. Alright? I didn't get a chef to come and plumb me... I don't get a chef, right?
Yeah.
I don't get Gordon Ramsay to come plumb me toilet. The different vocations, right? Stick to what you're good at, which is looking pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. Cara Delevingne, 1 out of 10.
That's not
Chris
sexist now, by the way.
Sorry. I mean, what does a
No,
model...
that's fair.
What
Yeah,
does
no, that's a good point.
What does a model do?
Looks good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's it.
Flaunt.
Flaunt that shit. Cara Delevingne, you obviously have more qualities than looking good. Just not acting. Alright? 1 out of 10.
Is she doing anything else?
Paper Towns.
Oh, Christ, I like that film.
Is it Paper Towns?
Yes.
There you go.
I like that film. I thought it was alright.
So maybe she is a good actor.
I watched it on a flight
Yeah.
to Vegas.
Uh-huh.
So I'm wondering why.
Get you?
I'm wondering whether that's why I liked it, because when you're on a flight and that's the only film available,
On a 6-hour flight.
there was that, and what's
on.
the guy with skins with that zombie film?
Warm Bodies. Nice.
I watched that as well.
About a boy.
It was awful.
That's shocking that. I've seen that.
Right, okay, Pete. So there you go, Matt Castle. We've answered that one.
1 out of 10.
One out-
Goddamn.
You're giving it the 1 out of 10.
I thought it was a statue. Thought it was a milk bottle.
1 out of 10. Right, okay. Next question.
Right.
We've got the legendary Bosk, member of Crass gets a shout every podcast.
The first.
Right, so he says, my Suicide Squad question,
Yes.
no one has addressed. When Harley gets in the lift, how does everyone else get the floor she arrives at before her?
So this is what we mentioned before, as in our comments.
It's by the way,
Yeah.
it's an excellent shout.
Oh, it's a shout which I've never, like he states himself,
Uh-huh.
I've never heard anybody else pick up on.
Can we try and talk through the scenario of how there would be in the elevator?
Yes. Slingshot.
Right, he's dead.
No. Slingshot. That was his brother. Slipknot, right?
Oh, it's Slingshot.
Slingshot's come in, right? Whereas a couple of lucky bands and he's gone, hey, honkers, come up here. And he slingshots their asses all up to the fucking top floor. And that's how. That's your answer, Bosk. It was Slingshot.
Oh, yes, there you go then. There you go, boss.
Simple as that.
It was the made-up superhero
Yeah.
Slingshot.
So
It
taking out
was
my
Slipknot's brother.
idiotic idea, we can't answer that. It's a complete plot hole.
Massive plot hole. Right, cool. I like that bit. next,
Thank you.
next one.
Yeah.
Marky has hit us back. He's not on the doors of Crass Hall.
Mark Wahlberg.
No, just Marky.
Oh, just Marky. Oh, just as good.
Marky. You know when people pick Twitter names,
Marky Mark.
the
Yes.
name is, and you know when like, you want Marky, but that's already used.
Yeah.
His name is Marky 274172118.
He might be a stormtrooper.
Ah,
Ah.
it's a good shout.
There you go.
Right, so Marky's question, Pete.
Yeah.
Would you like to see more of Jared Leto's Joker in it?
Yeah.
And also, if any roles you thought were wrong, who would you like to see do it instead? What do you think?
We got it. So, is the question asking who we want replaced?
Right, we'll start off with the first question. 'Cause
Right.
there's two, really.
Right.
Would you have liked to see more of Jared Leto's Joker in this film?
Yes.
Me too. I would like to see more of him. I wouldn't sack him off yet. I think he's turned up. He shot a few these shots, and he didn't know he wasn't expecting what he got. He was expecting me in the film more.
Possibly, if he was given more time, he would be the main focus, as in the main villain, and he would get a better introduction like we wanted. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He'd have that weight. I don't know. We're what's the word? Speculating.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see more of him to give him more of a chance.
So, other than that, has anyone
Other than that, though, I did hate his performance in every way.
out of
Okay.
the rest of the Suicide Squad, was anyone who you didn't like?
Out the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Who would you rather change?
Well, I'll tell you who I did like because that's a bit easier. Jai Courtney It was quite a nice
Captain
surprise.
Boomerang. He was a villain. I thought he was a villain in it. He was just
He's funny.
a typical, like...
He didn't do much.
I wouldn't say typical Aussie, but he played the part really well, you know what I mean? Drinking cans, bloody... starting bother.
The stereotypical Aussie on tour?
Yeah,
Unreal,
so,
I love that.
And I thought he was great.
I mean, he didn't do much at all for the team, other than get slingshot killed.
No.
But, a positive. Next character, who? Katana. It's not that I would change the characters.
No, she didn't do...
It's just I'd give them more time. Killer Croc. There you go.
Change Killer Croc.
I'd change Killer Croc's role into King Shark.
Right, there you go.
And make him... I don't want a man with a stupid shark prosthetic on his head. I want a 12-foot to 30-foot CGI beast, which a CW TV show did perfectly, and they have the budget of $100,000 or something like that.
Fair.
If they can do that, please do that for me in this film. Simple question asked.
Last question beat as well.
Yeah.
It's from a fellow podcast, I think. Right, so this is our last question.
Yes.
And it's from @NTFTT pod.
Yes.
And they've asked, would you rather be tortured to death by poison ivy
Oh my goodness.
or Harley Quinn?
That's a good question.
Well, it's got to be Harley Quinn because poison ivy would fucking whip up some shit for your skin, like.
Well, shite that though, because Harley Quinn might have the jaw in the background.
You think she's going straight for the balls and she's going straight for the Johnson and Grapes?
What I'm saying is, like Chris O'Donnell, bringing it back, had to wear rubber lips. What? Well, the point I'm getting at is, poison ivy would seduce you with a poison toxicness.
Oh, I put rubber lips on?
Spores, right?
Unreal.
So you wouldn't feel pain because you would be entranced in this loving state. Where I think Harley Quinn would nail your ass like the Joker would.
Harley Quinn would cut your nipples off and pull your lungs out through the holes.
She'd be able to do.
That's fucked up.
She'd be able to do that with me. I got big ass nipples.
Right, so we'd rather get tortured by Harley Quinn.
No, poison ivy. I'd rather be seduced by poison ivy. Sorry, not seduced. I'd rather be.
Is either one of them naked? Everyone give the NTFTT pod a listen to, yeah? It's called No Time for Time Travel, and it's a podcast for nerds by nerds.
Unreal.
There's a plug for you. Get yourself there, get listened to.
They will no doubtly be better than us in every way.
More than likely, but we're having a great time doing it anyway, B.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta enjoy yourself.
And B, guess what?
What?
That wraps up Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad done with a K.
It's not got a K.
I know what Squad does. From. The tattoo, the whole crew got.
Squad is spelled SQUAD.
I know.
On IMDb, it's Suicide Squad spelled SQUAD.
I know.
Was it Squad on?
No.
Was it SK?
No, it was Q. It was Q.
I don't get this. Right, someone tweet us in. Bosky, you'll probably know. Why did they get SKWAD tattooed on them? Because I just don't know.
Why K? Why not C? For like suicide? Like. Anyway.
B, I really don't know. Anyway, this has been Talking Crass. I've been John. I need another 10 vodkas after watching that bloody film.
And I've been Bede.
We're gonna sing them out, Bede.
Sing them out. Bad bitch. Rick Ross. Skrillex.
See you later, peeps.
See you later, Al.